The new law area was today declared officially open by Chief Justice Kenneth Benjamin during the traditional ceremony held every year. Members of the legal fraternity made their way to the Supreme Court building in downtown Belize City, where C.J. Benjamin inspected the rank and file of the Belize Police Department as they stood at attention. From there, members of the bench and bar filled the courtroom of C.J., where the legal year 2019 will be reviewed. Under normal circumstances, revision of the previous year's successes and failures will be made by three individuals: the Chief Justice, President of the Bar Association, and the Attorney General. Executive members of the bar boycotted the session for a number of reasons, including delayed judgments by the Chief Justice. As for the Attorney General, Michael Peyrefitte, stepping in for him for the second year in a row was Foreign Minister Wilfred Elrington.
He said that he had other engagements which made it difficult, if not impossible, for him to attend. And he asked me to represent him as early as last week, Tuesday. The question of outstanding judgments is a long one. And it seemed to me that that has happened largely because we have not kept up with the changes that have taken place over the years. Because certainly in places like the United States, a Chief Justice certainly I don't think has the obligation to do both judicial work and administrative work. And even those who have only judicial work have interns who help them to prepare their judgments so that they can give them in a timely manner. I think it is high time now that Belize employs interns to assist the judges in the preparation of their judgments so that they can be well researched and delivered in a timely manner.
One of the constant constraints of the judicial system is budgetary allocation. Of the national budget for the fiscal year 2018-2019, $10.6 million was allocated to the judiciary. The amount for fiscal year 2019-2020 reduced to less than $9 million.
The present fiscal year 2019-2020 is being funded by an allocation of $8,976,387. Although the numerical reduction appears to be significantly reduced, it must be borne in mind that the cost center for the Vital Statistics Unit has been removed from that of the General Registry. Therefore, the percentage of the national budget remains steady at 0.95%.
The Vital Statistics Unit saw tremendous improvement in 2019. Overall, the Vital Statistics Unit has seen an increase in staffing, which has resulted in the provision of a more efficient and effective service. To date, late registration of births and deaths are up to date, deed polls are up to date, and corrections to personal documents are up to date. All documents that are pending are awaiting the submission of supporting documents from the applicants in order to be approved and finalized. These statistics are an indicator of the improved efficiency of the unit.
In 2019, more than 1,400 proceedings were commenced, including 392 divorces. This yielded more than $230,000 in revenue for the judiciary. There are, however, many cases to be dealt with in 2020. According to C.J. Benjamin, the work of the judges for the criminal division has been very heartening when the disposal numbers are reviewed.
In Belize City, sitting in the Belize district, 94 cases were disposed of in one court, with a list of 44 cases awaiting trial in 2020. Also in Belize City, a further 25 cases were concluded, leaving a list of 108 cases traversed to January 2020. In the Northern Session, 23 cases were disposed of, and there remain 43 pending cases. In the Central District in Belmopan, the list stands at 91 pending cases. However, notwithstanding an epic trial lasting over this period of 6 months, 37 cases were disposed of. In the Southern Session, 41 cases were disposed of in Dangriga and 5 cases in Punta Gorda. The pending cases stand at 27 and 8 for Dangriga and Punta Gorda respectively.
Via the litigation unit, 397 contracts were vetted by the Attorney General's Ministry in the last judicial year. The unit litigated in approximately 70 Supreme Court claims, 9 civil appeals, and 2 Caribbean Court of Justice appeals. Their performance has been commendable. Belize Legal Aid and Services Center facilitated over 200 consultations and approximately 150 civil and criminal cases in the Magistrates Court, Supreme Court, and Family Court. Further, the LASC collaborated with UNICEF to represent minors who came in conflict with the law. I am pleased to report that all of those cases were dismissed.
The judiciary is also focusing on reducing the number of inmates who have been on remand for several years. There are still 22 inmates on remand in excess of 4 years.
Inasmuch as this represents an improvement over the number of 60 in 2018, it still remains 22 persons too many. It is the target of the Criminal Division that such lengthy remands will be further reduced in 2020.
The number of pending cases are also expected to be further reduced in 2020. And with at least 5 judges departing from the bench, the Chief Justice today made a call for attorneys to render their services.
Honorable Madam Justice Shona Griffith has tendered her resignation to His Excellency, the Governor General, to take effect from the 31st of January 2020. In the course of 2020, 3 justices and myself will attain the retirement age of 65. The process of succession lies within the province of the Judicial and Legal Services Commission and the Honorable Prime Minister within the constraints of the Constitution and is being addressed. The complement of magistrates remains below the required amount, notwithstanding an advertisement to fill vacancies. So once again, I issue a call to all attorneys at law to offer their services.
Reporting for News 5, Hipolito Novelo.